The Oyo Empire. In the ancient land of Ile-Ife, where gods and men once walked as one, a prince named Oranyan was tasked with a sacred mission. The oracle spoke, the ancestors whispered, and Oranyan, heir to the Yoruba throne, felt the weight of his destiny. He would leave the comfort of his homeland, the cradle of the Yoruba civilization, to forge a new empire, the Oyo Kingdom. With his heart filled with the strength of his lineage and the blessings of his people, he set out on a journey that would change the course of history. For months, Oranyan and his loyal followers ventured deep into the wilderness. Through the dense forests and endless savannas, they marched with unwavering determination, guided only by the stars and the hope of a promised land. They crossed rivers swollen by rains, climbed hills that seemed insurmountable, and faced the dangers of the wild, both man and beast. Yet they persevered, for Oranyan knew that the gods had shown him a vision of greatness, and his people had placed their faith in him. Every step forward was a step closer to their destiny, as they searched for the land that would become their new home. Upon reaching the sacred land, Oranyan knew they had arrived. It was fertile, vast, and ripe for the seeds of greatness. He planted his spear deep into the earth, marking the birth of Oyo. From that day, a great kingdom began to rise. It was not just a settlement, it was the foundation of a civilization. The land beneath their feet was blessed by the gods. The skies above seemed to smile upon their endeavor. The people gathered around Oranyan, and from his vision, they began to build walls of protection, farms to feed their families, and a palace to house their king. It was a time of unity, hope, and new beginnings. The birth of a kingdom never comes without struggle. Oyo's rise to power drew the attention of neighboring kingdoms that feared the strength and unity of this new force in the region. Threatened by their rise, these rivals sought to crush the Oyo people before they could establish their reign. But Oranyan, now Alaafin of Oyo, was not a man to be easily conquered. He gathered his warriors, men who were ready to defend their new home with their lives. The battlefield was set, and with the clash of spears and shields, the future of Oyo hung in the balance. Yet it was not just weapons that decided the battle. It was the spirit of the people, their determination to protect what they had built, that secured their victory. With courage and unity, the Oyo people defended their land and secured their place in history. Under Oranyan's wise and fearless rule, Oyo became a beacon of power, trade, and culture in the heart of Africa. The kingdom flourished, its walls grew stronger, its cities more vibrant. Traders from distant lands came to Oyo, drawn by its wealth, its horses, its gold. The arts flourished, with music, sculpture, and dance becoming symbols of the kingdom's rich culture. Oyo's influence stretched far and wide, from the Niger River to the Atlantic coast. The Alaafin sat on his throne, not just as a king, but as a symbol of a people's resilience and their will to prosper. The Oyo Kingdom grew into a powerful empire, known for its military strength, advanced governance, and rich culture. Its cavalry became legendary, feared across the region for its speed and power. Its political system, with the Alaafin and the Oyo Mesi, created a balance of power that few kingdoms could match. Oranyan's legacy lived on through the Alaafins, who followed in his footsteps, each building on the foundation he had laid. The kingdom's wealth, power, and culture continued to grow, and Oyo became a center of learning and art, a place where kings, scholars, and warriors alike sought to leave their mark on history. The Oyo Kingdom became one of the greatest empires in West Africa, standing as a symbol of strength, unity, and leadership. For centuries it endured, weathering storms, both from within and without, yet always standing tall. It all began with a single vision, a single man, and the unbreakable will of a people. The legacy of Oranyan, the first Alaafin, lives on to this day, not only in the ruins of Oyo's great cities, but in the hearts of those who remember the stories of a kingdom that once ruled with wisdom and strength.